This is a trace table question, so it's just a little bit tricky because it's got a definition that we need to think about as well. So we've got some entries on the table, num1, num2 and num3, and they come here on these inputs. So the first time we're going to do this, num1 will be 5, num2 will be 6, and num3 is -1. So those numbers become width, length and height in calculate here. So num1 is 5, num2 is 6, and num3 is -1. So anytime you're calling a function like this, you're going to have variable equals the function name and then the numbers in order. So if we have a quick look here, we've got if height equals -1. Well, it does. So if height equals -1, we're going to do width times length and return that. So 5 times 6, which is 30. So 30 is going to come back. So in this case, answer here will be 30. So if num3 is equivalent to -1, which it is, we're going to print area and answer, and the answer is 30. So we print area and 30 for that first one. So then let's just do that again for the next one that we're putting in. So we've got num1 is 10 this time, and num2 is 4, and num3 is 0. So again, we're going to think about how this works. We're going to say we've got 10 here and 4 here and 0 here. Well, if height is equal to -1, well, it's not equal to -1, it's equal to 0. So we're going to return width times length times height. So width is 10 times 4 times 0. So 10 times 4 would be 40, 40 times 0. If num3 equals -1, well, it isn't, it was 0. So we're going to print volume and the answer. So volume, the answer is 0. So then we've just got one more of these to do to complete the table. So in the exam, there's nothing to stop you from writing numbers or anything you want to on the paper. So you don't have to do all this stuff in your head. You can write the numbers in to make it easier for yourself, just like I'm doing here really. So 3, 5 and 10 in this case. That's going to be 3, 5 and 10 up there. If height is -1, it's not, it's 10. So we're going to return width times length times height. So 3 times 5 times 10. So it's 50 times 3 basically, which is 150. So we return that, 150 becomes the answer here. If num3 equals -1, it isn't. So we're going to print volume and the answer. So volume and 150. When this was in the exam, this caused people quite a lot of issue. A lot of people didn't manage to print the words, they just put the numbers in. You would have still got a mark for putting just the numbers in, but the actual printout here is they're using this printf idea, so they're using the curly brackets for the variable, so the quote marks is area, so we've got these words that print out here. So make sure you are familiar with the idea of printf as well as just the ordinary print statement, so you know what is printing out. So that's the answer to this one: area 30, volume 0 and volume 150.